haven't already seen it. Uh, but again, on your own time, you can go to youtube.com, search for, uh, I want to make sure I get this right. T-Buzz, T-Buzz TNT, I believe. Um, I got to pull up the link and look at it. But I know where you're gonna hear what that link is. In the meantime, there we go. All right, thank you, Jonathan and Henry chiming in. T-Buzz TNT. I had it right. Okay, good. Yeah, so that is a good place to go and check out because I know, Tom, you've been focused on the QQQ, and when you look at the potential S&P, Dow, Nasdaq, that QQQ is big and certainly something worth paying a lot of attention to.
Hey Chuck,
Yes, sir.
how you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Good. I'm pretty excited because tonight we got something special we're going to do. But is it possible, Jonathan, for us to play the video we made this week?
Yeah, we can do that. No problem.
The reason I want to play it because it really is the essence, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to trading. So we'll talk about that if you'll play it.
And while Jonathan is queuing that up, James asked Powell's speech. It'll be Friday, a half hour into the market, and that's what a lot of people are waiting for. It looks like we have the video queued up, so away we go.
Buy on blue, sell on red. This new indicator gives extremely accurate.
Hey folks, Tom Busby here. There's a very high degree of risk involved in trading. I tell that to everyone. I tell people to do their own due diligence, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Now, in my opinion, a lot of people follow people in the market. Well, one of my tests has always been, do those people really put their own money on the line? My take was, let's say we'd have juice in the game, I didn't want to listen to it. And that was just a early rule I adopted as a new trader. I would share that with you and tell you that it's a good rule. Now, day trading the market, a lot about day trading the market. I used to tell people that you have to learn to day trade to swing trade and long-term trade. There's all phases of trading. And so a lot of hype out there about day trading the market. Now, somebody's been around as long as I have, I've seen all different types of traders. Now, skepticism. You should be skeptical when you hear things because a lot of people are pretty good at spinning the right story to get your money. And what you want to do is be skeptical. And so my test has always been, do they really trade or are they just talking a good game? Now, there's a lot of hype, a lot of noise out there, and it's hard for new people to distinguish between the two. So the simple test is, can they live trade in front of you? Now, that's the only true way, as far as I'm concerned, to evaluate a trader. Not looking at maybe what he had done or when he had done it, but watch him trade live. When you watch someone in a real market trade live, you get the true story. It doesn't get any purer than that. Now, my background, I've had 40 years plus in the markets. I've seen a lot, been part of a lot, and living and trading the markets these 40 years gives me a particular perspective. I've seen what works and what doesn't work. Now, years ago, I did a lot of trading for other brokerage firms, and even the exchanges came to me as a live trader. When I used to travel around and go to trade shows, a lot of people had a lot of money, and I used to say they had Star Wars for booths they would have, meeting the public and all that. And I said, how can I compete? The first time I did it was in Orlando, Florida, and we had a small room, but we had a line about a mile long to get in that small room. No one had ever seen anybody trade live in front of people. I believe in it. You can learn from the markets by going to the different exchanges. A good website is www.cmegroup.com. Now, it's not what the trader makes. If they show you, hey, I made this or made that, that's not what's important. It's what you can make and his ability or her ability to teach you what you need to know. Let's discuss the only method I know that works consistently and is repeatable by anyone who's willing to listen and learn. Years ago, I founded a company called DTI. We've been around a long time. And I had to have something that would work, that was simple, straightforward. And I call it the DTI method. When I look at any ticker out there, I want to know where it opened the year at, where it opened the current month at, where it opened the week at, where it opened the day at, and then reference bars is a unique proprietary way of evaluation I created years ago to determine whether to be long, short, or out. The reference bars are set up based on the 24-hour market. They kick off every night when Asia kicks off between 6 and 6:30. 4:30 in the morning when Europe's going strong, I evaluate it, 4:30 to 5. Then when the U.S. market, and most people in retail are able to trade between 7 and 7:30, that's a good time to, track that 30-minute period. RB3 is 9:30 to 10. That's the opening of the cash market. 11:30 to 12 is when Europe's closing, and that's the start of Genesis, I call it. 1:30 to 2 is RB4, and really is when most of the markets are closed, and now we're looking out in California for direction. 3:30 to 4 is when you wrap up your day, and we call that the closing bell reference bars. But these are chronological, and they start on that 24-hour period, and they tell you a lot about the current trend. Chart reading. A lot of people spend years, and I did, learning about all these different patterns and all the different things, but I break it down to keep it simple. What I do is I take one of these reference bars, and then I look and see the bar after that. Does it go higher? Does it go lower? Or does it stay in between? Now, of course, the action I take is in agreement with that picture. And it's simple to follow, simple to learn, and keep you on the right side of the market. By the way, I use 30-minute charts. If I'm day trading, I think it's a great stable chart. It goes back in the history of the exchange, how I landed on 30 minutes. Now, we also have RBs incorporated in our world-renowned software called the Roadmap, where it organizes all this information that you need to be successful, puts it in one spot, and you drive that market by taking that data, analyze it, interpreting, and execute. That's the key, being able to do it in real time. Now, more questions to ask. We're above a pivot number. Well, what is a pivot number? Think of it this way. If you were looking at a market and you said, should I be long? A pivot number tells you where action above that number, and I like to use numbers, tell you to be long. Or if you're below that number, it tells you to be short. Another quick test to check the daily trend is, are you above the daily open? Well, that gets to be a little confusing. For futures, they open the night before. For stocks, they open at 9:30. So you got a little difference in times there depending on the vehicle you're using. And then, this is the important part. Where are they in relation to the prior reference bars that were created getting up to that time period? Remember, before you invest money, I challenge you to find someone that will trade live in front of you. When you see them trade live, then you'll get the confidence to know how they handle whatever the trend is, whether they going in or going out, and it really separates a lot of noise, a lot of hype from what we call the real deal. As I always say, see you on the flip side.
All right, Tom, need a few minutes to get your screen going again.
Sure. And just take your time, I'll talk. But, you know, I thought back about, you hear a lot of things. And I get a lot of emails from different people and everything. And I got to thinking one of the best tests that I ever came up with was watching people trade live. And there's not a lot that do it. Not a lot. I know some of the ones that do, but I'll tell you this. I've found that if you can watch somebody trade live, it's probably some of the best education. And if you learn how they do it, then you've got a shortened approach to go from learning how to trade to making money trading. And especially if they know how to lay it out for you. And I remember back to those days, I told you, I mentioned in that video about trade shows. We were a small company. Nobody knew who we were. Nobody knew who I was. But I looked around and I said, what is the one thing that we can do to make what I would call a impression on all these people? We spent a lot of money being there. And I started trading live many years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. And I still enjoy it because it gets my juices going and my focus. Okay. And I think that it's so important for you to save yourself a lot of money by associating. And in my case, I'm biased, me. Let me teach you how this works. And so I wanted to highlight it and let you look at it and think about it. Now, I know a lot of you, let me just ask that question. Who has seen me trade live in the past? Let me ask that question. Jim says, makes his day when I go live. Okay. Yeah, it's sort of interesting how there's no better way to learn and really make money in the market. You get somebody you can trade live with. So let me talk about tonight, and you're going to like what I've come up with, I think. Okay. So we'll get going here. I want to welcome everybody here, and I had a good day today. We're going to have a good day tomorrow. And Target this morning, about 6:30 in the morning, really turned the sentiment in the market. And then later on today, we had a couple good pieces of news, I think. Number one, Kennedy has decided to throw in with Trump, and that's big because he has a lot of marginal votes there. That's number one. And number two, I've been telling people these unemployment numbers they were reporting were not right because it just didn't make sense. And then today, you ever heard of somebody getting caught with their hand in the cookie jar? 818,000 over-reporting people with jobs. And I think that is really going to turn things. And so I got to evaluate, man, that ought to make the market. I thought my initial thought, that ought to make the market really go down. And then it occurred to me, no, it should make the market go up because you're going to see the polls start changing drastically after those two announcements today. You watch what happens over next week, 10 days. Okay. And so anyway, that's a most serious underreporting or overreporting of numbers in the history of America. That's pretty bad, isn't it, to go on in this administration? That's the kind of stuff that's going on that it really opens your eyes to it. And so that was good news today, I think. So keep your eye open. Keep watching those polls. There's going to be a lot of opportunity now, I believe. So let's get started. Chuck, thanks for the great introduction. And As always, there's risk involved in trading. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Now, for those who don't know, I'm a former Air Force officer, which gave me a lot of training on how to think strategically and tactically. That's why I like to get together on Sunday night. By the way, who comes to Sunday night and sees my plan each week in my top 10 tickers? Pretty powerful when you see it work out like it does. Been an active trader for a long time, former member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Had a futures training day. How'd you enjoy that training I gave you today? Pretty exciting, isn't it? 3 books: Winning the Day Trading Game, Markets Never Sleep, and Trade to Win. And I work with students a long time. Really, the reason I do it is getting to work with you. DTI will help you master the markets through education, training, and experience. Now, my YouTube channel is getting more and more popular. I started it from scratch. I got a lot of help. Go to www.youtube.com/@TBuzzTNT. That video you saw tonight has been put out for worldwide distribution, and I think people are really going to appreciate what I said. We have customer service live for you, and that's put on www.dtitrader.com/help, Monday through Friday, 10 to 1. In my opinion, I agree with what Chuck had to say. Chuck said he believes unless there's something that hits us on the side, this market should go higher, and it will be confirmed after Labor Day, in my opinion. If you look at the numbers right now, we've recovered quite a bit from the big sell-off at the first half of the month, 17%, both for the NASDAQ and E-mini. What I would look for is a couple things here. I'd look for the NASDAQ to start gaining on the S&P. I'd look for gold to make it to 2,700. That's my target. I'd look for bonds to go a lot higher. In fact, tonight, if you trade bonds and it goes above 125.05, I would buy in tonight. We made money on TLT today on our power program. Happy to report. So we're just marching along. There's the 10 tickers. Take a look at that and you see how valuable Sunday night is. Okay? Now think about that. There it is. The 10 tickers. Berkshire, currently, if I look at Berkshire, it's about 446, been to 450. NVIDIA, about 128. Gold is holding there at 233, looking for it to break out the next couple of days. And we made a nice little, not a lot, but we made some money with American Express before it had a setback. Got out, timing was perfect. QQQ, we said get long if it goes above 477 this week. If you look at the QQQ, it's at 482. And the SPY, we said go long if it goes above 557, currently 561. So that's what I think. My take is the next couple of days, we top off the week on Friday with Jackson Hole. That'll be about 10 o'clock. Okay? That's the plan. Any questions about the 10 tickers? I put it out every Sunday night, give you heads up on where there's some money out there if you want to go take it, if you learn the art of trading from DTI. Now, this is a critical time as we approach the end of August. We've got a few more days before we make it to Labor Day. With the election just over 10 weeks away, how can I best put money in your account the way I think about it. Going to be a lot of ups and downs. The VIX spiked earlier this month. It will spike again near Election Day. Historically, we got to be prepared. And in 2016, I bought the market in 2016 at limit down. First time in the history of my trading. Well, you know what happened after that. By the time the sun came out, never looked back. What a buy it was on election night, 2016. Maybe sort of the same thing this time around. 2012, shorted the market, down it went. Elections inject that fear and uncertainty into the markets. Big opportunity if you're prepared. Folks, I think that I'm your guy when it comes to the next 10 weeks. I have the experience, the ability, and the foresight to keep you on the right side of the market with the right strategy. We'll navigate all the markets that give us the opportunities. We've been trading in front of a live audience for many years. I'll continue to do that. And one of our most successful programs we ever had is what I'm talking about tonight, that we've ever ran in all the years of teaching trading at DTI. Here's some of our top students, what they said. Bill's watched me trade over the past 10 plus years. The education through the process gives him a chance to trade alongside me. That's the whole purpose of doing it. Karen, father, enjoyed her to join DTI. And her father's no longer with us. But she thinks I'm a goat. Mary Ann, I like what she said. The live education and trading is pure. Taking my analysis, learning how to analyze, interpret, and execute in the market helps her grow her account. Now, here's some recent winners that we've had trading live. TLT, 18% return on risk. There'll be other TLT trades. That won't be the last. QQQ. Nice 12% return there. 30% return on risk on gold. There'll be more gold trades. Now, I can't guarantee future results, but imagine watching our teams trading blueprint each and every week heading into the election. That is a ticket to ride, folks. A ticket to ride. Now, type yes in the chat if I'm hitting home with tonight's subject. How to grow your account week by week for the next 10 weeks. You do the math, but you got to be with me. Now, we're only going to take 100 people in this program. Only 100. I call it DTI's 10 for 10. Every Thursday. From now until the election, we go live to trade the markets together 10 weeks in a row. These sessions will consist of analysis, finding the best opportunities, adjusting stocks that are up and coming. It'll be the 10 tickers that I do every Sunday night on steroids for you every Thursday. Interpreting news and technical signals of the week to show you where to get in and out. Basically, how to grow your account on a methodical, strategic, and tactical way each week. Real live trades. Our goal is to guide you through this election season. We'll work together I'll show you what experience can do for you, how to avoid those awful hits that you take because of inexperience only we can offer. 10 sessions at $199 a session would be a value of $1,999, and it's worth $199 to do it. Because I'm live tonight and I'm introducing it tonight, we'll cut the price in half, $999. But I'm a Mickey Mantle fan, and so if you join me tonight, you're one of those 100. You can be with me for 777. Claim access. We'll take 100, 10 for 10, 904-416-1776, press 1. Remember what Bill, Karen, Mary Ann had to say? Remember what Bill had to say? Talked to Bill this week, Karen this week. Be part of it. Now's your chance. 100 is all we're going to take, though. Tap in. We're here. Election day is coming. I'm going to show you how to navigate it. We're 2024. You'll look back on it and say, Tom, I learned, I analyzed, and I can see exactly how to do what you do over the next 10 weeks. On the order form, you'll have a chance to claim 10 additional sessions for either a cheaper price. I'll have bonus sessions other than the 30 or other than the 10 that I'm doing. How many sessions are there? There'll be 10 guaranteed sessions every Thursday between now and the election. The sessions will be at 10 o'clock. We'll tape everything. I will come back if I need to. If we have a trade working multiple days, I will come back. I'll be trading the tickers. I call it the Magic 5. Each and every Thursday will be our entry point. This will be nothing complicated. This will be straight buying calls, buying puts in this 10 for 10. When do we start? Not this Thursday, but next. But I have a bonus session tomorrow to kick you off where I can say you're on your way to a scholarship. Take one of the slots, 10 sessions, 777, 904-416-1776. The whole team's here to help you. I've got Chad, Kevin, Louise, Jeffrey, Kelly, Dennis, and Catherine all here. There it is, folks. Take us. The slots are going. We had 100. We had 100. We got 95. That quick. They're going fast. Get it. I am so confident about this. I'm so confident that if you'll take one of these spots and I don't meet your expectations and we don't do what we think we can do, I'll give you your money back. How's that, Ann? Can't beat that, can you? You heard me say it. Get one of the 100 slots. They're coming in, folks. They're coming in. Annabelle, talk to Kelly Barber, Jeffrey Andracker, or one of those people I named. They'll work it with you. No problem at all. Folks, Thursday, 10 o'clock. You know what this is going to do for people the next 10 weeks? Yeah, they will be recorded and kept up with. All right, folks, we're down to 89 spots. Oh, man. 79. 79. I think this thing's going to be gone. Can you think of a better way than live trading? No muss, no fuss. Show up. And if you're not going to be there, we will email the trade to you. How do you like that one? What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you. Let's just take, somebody give me a dollar amount that you'll put up, and I'll show you how to compound. Okay? That's a great question. Just give me a dollar amount, and I'll tell you how it'll work. Okay, $1,000. So if you put $1,000 on the trade, I'm going to show you how in 3 separate orders, okay? 3 separate orders, how to take 20%, 40%, and 100% with that trade. This potential is really going to get you focused with the way I'm going to do this. All right, folks, we got 72 left, 72 spots. Anybody got any questions? Easy to sign up. Take the extra group because there is the trading after the market I'll do. Any questions? If you see me trade live once, let me tell you, you know it's worth a lot more than that. No, Buck, I don't. I don't expect that. He asked me, did I think most of the trades would be day trade? No, but they could be, but we can set it up not to be. Whatever you want to do, we'll do. You tell me in that session tomorrow, you describe the perfect trade for yourself. And I'll tell you how to do it. That'll be what we'll do tomorrow. Plus, we'll trade tomorrow also. Everybody understand what I'm saying? So Buck comes to me and said, Tom, I don't want to day trade. I said, fine. Do it this way. And I'll show you how to do it. I'm probably as excited about tonight because there's nothing more fun for me than to do this and to do it in such a way that you are left there taking your money in your account, recycling it, and taking advantage of what they throw at us. Okay? Can you think of any other? Y'all have had some great questions. Can you do it in an IRA? Absolutely. 10 for 10. You know, I once, and this is years ago, and I said I'd never do it again, but I once traded 60, let me see, I think it was 67 times in a row. And they were all successful. We're going to have an orientation tomorrow at 10, Marianne, and then next week. You got to put at least half of it down, Carrie, if you call Kelly or one of them, at least half. All you got. The screen's filled up. I think we're getting less than 50 now. Okay? Less than 50, I think. I don't know. I got to count it up, but we got a lot of people coming on board. 10 for 10. That's fine, Carrie. Just just risk 200 per trade. Yeah, all the trades, the maximum I will pay for any option, write this down, will be $1, okay? So you can plan your trading according to that max, okay? I will give you different variations. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it. Any other questions? We're going to make Thursday on your calendar a money day. That's what we'll call it. Your money day. Somebody asked, will I give some stocks if I want to do some longer term stuff into the election? Yes. Hey, congratulations, Roselle. What a wedding gift for yourself. Her anniversary. Steve, I'm trying to write that down. I'm going to try to, okay? I'll call you tomorrow. I got it. I'll give you a call tomorrow. Ten for 10. Anybody here know a baseball guy and know what Ty Cobb hit lifetime? Anybody know what Ty Cobb hit lifetime? Marianne, you'll get an email alert if you're not there to keep up with it, okay? On email. Sure, Ann, I'll call you tomorrow. Put your number in there. I'll call you. Joe says he batted 366 lifetime. The reason I brought that up, that's pretty good in baseball to do that. We're calling this program 10 for 10 for a reason. You'll get the answer at the end of the first 10 trades. Then you're going to write me a love letter. Man, we got so many people. I tell you, I hope we got enough to, but we got to cut it off at 100. Got to cut it off at 100. I guess if you buy, if it happens tonight, I'd have to take you though, but get involved. Any other questions? Okay, here's a challenge I want to have. I want you to have the best trade all year with me in this 10 for 10. What I mean by that? Tomorrow, I want you to think about this. The best trade you could think you made all year, tell me about it tomorrow. I want to exceed that at least on one of the 10 trades that we do. Okay? And we're going to have some fun doing it. So where are we going to be? Where are we going to meet? What are we going to do? Every Thursday, set your clock. Ann wants to make a goal of 11 grand. Ann, will you write me a love letter if we do that over the 10 trades? All right. Any other questions? 10 o'clock, Greg. We're meeting tomorrow. Tomorrow's an orientation. I want to get everybody's expectations, desires in place. And we'll come out tomorrow at 10 for the orientation. Ten Eastern time. Right, 10 Eastern time. Hey, Laurel. Yeah, the orientation will be recorded. Yeah, we'll put together a special recap sheet for you on the 10 for 10. Bruce, we'll do that. Be in an email to you. Just say subject line and say special 10 for 10. Yeah, you'll get a link to the webcast tomorrow, Chris. You will. Great question. Be there at 10. All right. I want to thank everybody that joined. Well, Don, I get up every morning at 4 here on Eastern time, so that's about lunchtime for me at 10. Get involved. Yeah, I can, Barry. Just refresh your browser. It should work. Let's have some fun. Let's do this together, and let's get you on scholarship. And then from scholarship, we go for the big money. You like it? You like that goal? Slow and steady. Great crowd tonight. Thanks for joining. I'm going to wrap it up. I'll see it. Yes, I do, Carrie. I do. I do think that. All right. See y'all. Bye.